The easiest person to sell to is someone who's already bought from you. A lot of agency owners think that scaling just means that you have to sign millions more clients, but the truth is you don't actually need to sign more clients to double or even triple the revenue for your business. What you need are upsells. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly what an upsell is, why it works, and the easiest way you can start adding them into your agency today. So first things first, what is an upsell? So all an upsell is you offering extra services to someone who's already paying you. So let's say you run Facebook ads for a coach or consultant that has a high ticket program. So you can pitch them on an email marketing setup to help warm up those leads before they hit the sales team, so they're easier to close. That's an upsell. So why are upsells so important? So we know that landing new clients is the hardest part of running a marketing agency. So we're always calling people, sending DMs on LinkedIn, sending thousands of emails a month. It's a grind. But with upsells, you are taking clients that you already have and you're multiplying their value to you. So would you rather have 10 clients paying you $1,000 each or 5 that pay you $2,000 each? Simple math. So we have the same income with half the number of clients. So you can focus on delivering a much higher quality of service when you don't have 70 different business owners breathing down your neck 24/7. So now why would someone actually accept an upsell from you? So there's 3 reasons for this. So number one, they already trust you, right? So they already believe that you can provide a good service, whatever that service might be. So they already hired you. Number 2 is consistency. So people tend to stay consistent with their decisions. So if they say yes once, they are more likely to continue to say yes. And number 3 is the perceived value. So if they see this upsell that you're presenting them with as adding more results without being crazy expensive, it feels like a no-brainer to them. So this is the commitment and consistency principle. So saying yes again feels natural, while saying no creates actually a lot of mental friction. So why would I not buy this? I already am working with them, why would they not do a good job again with this new service? So upselling works in tandem with how we perceive risk and investment. Now, of course, we don't just get to upsell everyone whatever we want. We have to earn the right to upsell our existing clients. So that comes from impressing them on the core service that we offer. And here's 3 main ways to do that. So number 1 is to report results early and often. So over communicate on exactly what you are doing to help them, whatever service that you offer. Number 2 is the most important. So never show up with a problem unless you already have the solution. So let's think of an example. Let's say I run Google ads for a local paving and landscaping company. And we find that within the first 2 months of launching the campaign, we're really not driving a whole lot of leads. And that's because the average household income of the areas that they gave us to target are too low for the services that our client offers. So instead of going to them with the first 2 months report and say, hey, we're really not generating a lot of leads, and that's it. We want to come to them and say, hey, we did research and we figured out that the areas that you're targeting have a low average household income. So we need to either do one of 2 things. You either need to change your location targeting to higher income households, or we need to revise some of your core offers and offer things that these people can actually afford. So whenever there is an issue with the service that you're providing a client, you need to explain to them how you're going to fix it instead of just telling them that there's a problem. And third one, super simple, make sure their onboarding experience with you is very smooth, make them feel taken care of at all times, and they will naturally want to keep working with you and keep paying you. So it boils down to do amazing work, be transparent when results aren't going as planned, be attentive to their needs, and be proactive. Now we can talk about tactics. So what are some things you can actually upsell if you're new to business? Email marketing is a classic one. So if you've built an e-commerce website for a clothing brand, you can show them how to set up email flows on the back end to increase customer loyalty, reduce abandoned carts, all that good stuff. If you edit YouTube videos for clients, you can do content repurposing. So you can take pieces of their content and turn it into TikToks, Reels, Shorts, whatever else. So you're multiplying their reach without them having to film new content for you. Training and consultation is another big one. So you can show their sales team how to close more leads by using a new sales process that could potentially work better for whatever it is they're selling. Or you could walk all of their salespeople through an organic posting strategy that they can use to drive their own pipeline instead of just selling on the leads that they're getting from the company's paid ads or whatever other sources. Reputation management is also another big one. So let's say you run some kind of campaign for local businesses. Google reviews are obviously very important for local businesses, so you can have your client collect emails, phone numbers, whatever, from paying customers, and then you remarket to them upon the service completion, and then you route all of the 2 and 3 star reviews to another platform that's not their Google business profile. So this allows your client to get the feedback, and the grievances from the customers that didn't get a good service, and also not have to feel the burn of getting those 2 and 3 star reviews on their Google profile, because that's going to severely decrease, their overall star rating, and thereby, decrease their organic reach on Google. So now we can talk about some more advanced upsell concepts. So we can divide upsells into 2 main categories. The ones we just described are package upsells. So those work because they make life for your client easier and they add more value to them. So think of it, it's just like bundling. So instead of selling one service, you're stacking different offers so they feel like they're getting an all-in-one solution instead of just one simple thing. So more advanced versions of a package upsell could be something like this. So you could have a performance-based one, so where you're tying part of the upsell to results. So for example, you could sell a client on a base retainer fee plus a performance bonus if you hit certain KPIs like leads, revenue driven, etc. So clients will see this as a shared upside because you're investing in their success by providing better service, and they're more likely to commit to that. Data and intelligence, this is super important for big firms. So you can make nuanced custom dashboards and reporting systems with hundreds of different metrics instead of just sending a monthly summary PDF. You can make competitor intelligence reports. You can also make proactive trend forecasting, so you can use AI, market, or industry data so they can plan their marketing efforts months ahead. We can also make strategic partnerships with other agencies. So instead of just white labeling some software like Go High Level, you can actually partner with other businesses to provide a comprehensive ecosystem for your clients. So let's say you run a holistic marketing agency. So you do ads, website design, SEO, all that good stuff. You can partner with a staffing firm or a sales agency for a full pipeline solution. So you're driving traffic to the website, you're creating demand for the offer, and you're partnered with a sales team that can staff your client with salespeople to close on that offer. If you're a creative agency, you can partner with a PR firm so you have brand visibility on every single front. So you can get in the news and you can create all the assets that would be necessary for all these different publications that the PR firm is getting your client into. The other type of upsell we can offer are time upsells. So this is where you're encouraging your clients to stick around longer and you reward them for a bigger commitment. So instead of paying month to month, you might offer them a 12-month plan with 2 months free. So it's the same service, except it's a better deal, and people love feeling like they locked in on savings. So the simple reason why this works is because committing for a longer period gives them peace of mind. So they don't have to worry about renewing, renegotiating, and they feel like they're getting VIP treatment because they secured a better rate than somebody who would have otherwise been paying for a shorter term. And on your end, it smooths out cash flow, reduces churn, and you're not waking up every month and wondering if your clients are going to leave you. You can also make these flexible. So for example, you can offer quarterly or annual billing with different kinds of bonuses. You can add in different perks like priority support or different exclusive extras for people who sign longer term contracts. And you can frame it as a loyalty reward for people who commit, so which makes that decision feel more positive. Obviously, if you're not achieving the promised results for a client, you should let them out of the contract and be a reasonable person. So now, when do we actually present the upsell to the client? So we obviously don't want to drop an upsell on someone the second we sign them. So we've got to prove ourselves first. But there's 2 important nuances here, so listen very closely. Number 1 is that we don't actually want to upsell them after the service is complete, per se. And this is why. So when a client feels like they've arrived at whatever goal they had in mind or the goal that you specifically stated for them, they're going to go into this satisfaction mode. So they got the result they wanted and their brain's going to go, okay, this is working. Let's not mess with it. Let's not subtract something from it. Let's not do too much. Let's not do less. Let's not do too much. And at that point, you asking for more money is going to feel unnecessary, or it's going to feel actually kind of greedy. So they're thinking, okay, so if X service that you're providing is already delivering, I don't actually need Y service. So instead, the actual best upsell timing is when that client has just seen proof that you're really good at the core service, but before they've locked in this story that they're all set and they don't need anything else to grow. So at this point, they're very confident in you because you've just proven yourself by providing a good service. They're hungry for more because you're getting them traction, you're getting them new business, you're, driving more revenue from email, you're driving them new consumer leads for their local home service business, whatever it is, but they're not satisfied because maybe you're not at that stated goal, or they're just happy to see growth. And their risk filter is a lot lower because they trust you now because you're getting results, so buying again from you feels safer. So the best times to present an upsell are, again, right after you've proven that you can deliver results, during a contract renewal. So this is not the same as, once your service is done. So this is after, upon several months of you providing consistent service. So their trust in you is actually very high. When you notice a new need in the business, and then these last two kind of go hand in hand, or when they're launching something new and it's very apparent to you that they're going to need help with doing that. So let's say you're working with a coaching or consultancy company, and they're launching some kind of physical product, and they don't have any experience with manufacturing, anything print related, so you can connect them with some kind of sister agency or complementary partner to your company, so they can set that up and you guys can work together, create that upsell, create a better ecosystem for the client. Of course, not everybody is going to say yes to your upsell the first time, so here's how to beat the common pushback that you're going to get. So for all objection handling, the easiest way I can explain this to you is to isolate and confirm that this objection is the actual objection. And you want to understand and empathize with them, what the problem might be in their head. And then we want to reframe to what I'll explain here. So if they say it's too expensive, we want to show them the return on investment. So we want to say, okay, yeah, I hear you. It is an extra cost, but with whatever upsell package. So let's say you get SEO optimized content that boosts traffic by around 40%. So for one of our clients, that was an extra 3,000 visitors a month, which turned into roughly $15,000 in new client revenue. So, more than paid for itself within the first 60 days. If they say, we don't need it, we want to tie it right back to their stated goals. So it's say, oh, it's totally fair. You mentioned that your goal this year is doubling your inbound leads. So this upsell package is designed to specifically increase lead volume. So it helps you hit that goal that you've been working towards. If they tell you they already have somebody doing, whatever it might be, so you can explain how you'll integrate better with their current setup. So you'd say, oh, that's great. You've already got somebody handling email. That's awesome. So what this upsell does is it gives you better creative assets and funnel integration. So their emails actually convert higher. So it plugs right into the work that you're already doing. And if they just say, some variation of it being risky, it's where you just offer some kind of trial or, explain more case studies. Say, I completely understand, adding something new like this can feel risky. This also might be because they don't understand the service. So I said, that's why we offer a 30-day free trial. Or if you'd like, I can show you a case study of ours in your exact industry who saw results within the first 30 days. So the point with all of these, ways that we're combating objections is that we're not being pushy, we're being a problem solver. So a simple execution roadmap is to land a client with a core service, over-deliver and build trust, and then identify an add-on that would help grow their business based on some common problem that they're facing, and then present it naturally as a solution to the problem that they are already facing, and then we repeat that cycle over and over again. Scaling your agency is not about chasing, dozens of new clients. It's about servicing your existing ones better and increasing their lifetime value with you. That is how the best agencies grow. Let me know in the comments what your core service is, and I'll come up with an upsell that you can implement right now. If you found this video helpful, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you later.